always strong and good and very powerful. But the women's cricket has jumped leaps and bounds.
The critics would always will say that there's a big difference between men's cricket and women's cricket, but that's the same for any sport, even in
But
tennis.
it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
bound to happen. Strength,
Football, yeah, strength.
physical strength, power, speed. That's natural. That's God's creation. So that's always be there.
Yeah.
But I get as much interest in looking at women's cricket when India plays as much
Yeah.
as I do at the men's.
Could you have done more for Indian cricket by coaching the Indian team? Would you have wanted to?
I never thought about it because I just got into different roles.
Mm-hmm.
I finished in 2013, then became president, became board president. We'll see what the future holds.
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
50 and we'll see what happens.
So you're open to it?
Yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
open to it. We'll see where it goes.
Well, we certainly hope that you do
we'll see where it goes. I think Gautam's doing a good job.
Yeah.
He started off a little slow with Australia and losing against New Zealand, but he picked up with the Champions Trophy. This is going to be a big series for him.
As a strategic coach, how do you rate him? Not as a motivational coach as much as the
I
strategic.
haven't seen him that close, but he's very passionate. I've not seen the strategy closely because I've never worked with him. I played with him, and he was a great guy when we played together. With a lot of respect for me and the seniors. And I see him now. He's very passionate about his job. He's very straightforward. He says things. He's very open about everything. What he feels about people, teams, players. How and from outside you feel that he's a very straightforward person. You get what you see.
Yeah.
And I wish him all the best. He's just started a year ago. This tour will be important for him. He struggled a bit in Australia.
Yeah.
This will be important. But just like everyone, he'll also learn. He'll also grow, and he'll also become better.
There are playing cricketers and there are thinking cricketers on the ground. Was Gautam one of them?
Yeah, you have to be a thinking cricketer.
Yeah.
To play cricket, you have to think.
It's not just about brute force or skill or
It's
strategy.
more in the mind than
It's more
in the body.
Yeah. I have a question about Virat and Rohit. Apparently, Virat was told by BCCI that he has to captain both ODI and T20s. He can't choose between one. And then you had to tell him that. How difficult was it? Well, that conversation must have been really awkward. And then you also had to talk to Rohit to make him the captain, and he apparently was very reluctant. He's not a willing captain.
Obviously, it's quite natural that you have a captain for the white ball.
Yeah.
50 overs and 20 over cricket.
True.
We always wanted Virat to be captain, but he did not want to continue. And that's where it was. And then obviously Rohit came in. He was captaining Mumbai Indians. He was captaining 50 over T20. We needed a test captain because Virat was test captain by then. And he finished in South Africa. So I always believed that Rohit was a very good captain. So obviously the request from the board went to him that saying that you should captain in test matches. He was reluctant because of workload. But then I remember having a conversation with him that you don't want to finish a career without captaining India in test matches.
So that struck a chord with him.
Yeah, and then it took a couple of days and then he agreed. He's a very adjustable person, very friendly person. If you have conversations with him, he'll agree and accept and do things. And why wouldn't anybody want to be India's test captain?
Oh, who knows? I don't know. Some people have their compulsions. Both these conversations, were they in person, like face to face?
Yeah, person. I was a very hands-on board president and same was Jay. Meet players, talk to players, because you yourself has been a player.
Yeah. Okay, if there was one match in your career that you would want to replay, either to celebrate the success or to change the outcome of that match, which one would it be?
Two.
Yeah.
One I would want to replay was the test match at Eden Gardens.
Okay.
Eden Gardens against Australia. I don't think there's been a better test match than that. And the other one would be the 2003 World Cup final. But we were playing against a great team then, Australia.
Yeah.
I've captained India in Champions Trophy final, 2 Champions Trophy finals and 1 World Cup final. In those days, we never had T20. So I've been captain of finals and lost the 2003 in Johannesburg against Australia. But that's what sport is.
2003 World Cup, we all tear up every time we think about it. I don't know what you guys would have gone through. For like months, you must have been in a funk.
Yeah, it's very hard to forget such things. But then I remember I came back from Australia and was asked to go to Bangladesh straight away as captain. So went into cricket straight away. So I think as I went into the sport and as I kept playing, you obviously started forgetting about it.
Yeah, you've been part of the MCC committee as well as the ICC cricket committee. Do you feel that cricket has changed its values and nature because of the T20?
Yeah. Yeah, more so around the world than in India. And I think India players still want to play Test cricket. India, England, and Australia, South Africa to an extent, they still want to play Test cricket. I think it's also the culture of that country.
Yeah.
Culture of that country. When you see a Test match in England, you see so many people turning up to play a Test match in England, watch a Test match in England, but definitely T20 franchise cricket is very, very important to players because it just keeps them secure financially.
But then there's also this malaise of early retirement among young players. You're seeing Nicholas Puran at 29 retired.
I'm surprised this would have not happened if he was playing for India. He goes around the world, makes a lot of money. And I think that's his personal choice. Although he was never a regular Test player for the West Indies. He never played that format.
Yeah.
And I think he's exceptional in T20 format. And I think that probably forced him to make that decision.
Or even Klaasen, for example.
Yeah. I'm surprised with Klaasen though. Yeah.
You think ICC should have some sort of a cap on the number of T20 league tournaments so that people are not tempted to go there?
Yeah, they do regulate.
Yeah.
They've started to regulate.
They have started?
Yeah, but I don't know how you stop Test playing nations to have their own leagues.
And
Not all the leagues are profitable.
Yeah.
Don't look at IPL and think about other leagues.
Yeah. Speaking of IPL, what advice would you give to Indian cricketers about chasing fame? I can understand fame, but financial gains and you need financial security, but there is also
It doesn't change. You play well, finance follows you. It's never the other way around.
That's a great line.
And Yashasvi Jaiswal, Shubman Gill, Rishabh Pant, Jasprit Bumrah proves you that you can play as much as T20 cricket as you want and still play Test cricket. I've always said that when people talk about T20, people talk about saying how T20 cricket has affected Test match batting. It's only to people who have not been able to adjust. Gill and Yashasvi, so good to watch, and they all the time play T20 cricket.
Is there a mental switch in you?
It is a mental switch. It's about having different techniques, different applications in mind in different format. The Indian top order, played like Test match, letting deliveries go outside the off stump.
But how do you get rid of that muscle memory?
No, it's not that difficult.
No?
No, you just need to practice,
tune
your mind, change, just slow down yourself, and know that you have got 6 hours to bat.
Right. I want to talk about your TV career. You've got a great show going, Dadagiri, in Bengali. It's a quiz show.
10 years I've done it.
Yes. How did you train yourself to become a TV personality?
I don't know. I didn't train myself at all. I still remember the first day I went, and there was producer, there was participants, there was sponsorships, everybody in my ears. And I came and told my mom, they'll have me for a week or so, and then they'll find somebody new. And I've done 10 years now.
Yeah. So, any tips on how to be a good TV host?
Just react to the participants. Because we don't have a script.
Oh. So then what homework do you do?
Nothing.
Wow.
I just have the questions. That's all. And then I react to the participants.
Yeah. When you were playing cricket, there was no social media hadn't gained that much traction. So the trolling, if at all they existed, was in the headlines of the newspapers, or the 1 or 2 TV shows. There was one TV show called Match Ka Mujrim. Match Ka Mujrim. But now everyone is an expert, is an analyst, and the young people, the young cricketers, get really under pressure. But I think we, the audience, the media, we fail to understand that most of these cricketers are young teenagers or barely out of their teens. They have the athletic maturity to play for India, but they don't have the mental maturity to be an adult yet.
No,
So
they have.
They have.
They have.
But you think their behavior should be judged by people, their fans?
That will happen. When you're a public person, public name, it will happen. Don't bother about it.
But how does a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old deal with that kind of?
He'll learn. He'll make mistakes and he'll learn.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot avoid social media, but you have to find a way to stay away from it.
So you don't have any sympathy for them.
No. If you get criticized, you get criticized. So what?
Match Ka Mujrim had criticized you
I
quite a bit.
used to never watch that channel. I used to come to my hotel room, and as I would keep flicking TV and I would see that program, I would quickly move on to the other program. So I wouldn't see it. And social media also, you have to find a way to stay away from it.
Yeah.
All of us. And social media is huge these days. So much of news, reels, stories. Watch it, but don't react to it.